Hi, and welcome to Make It Fun. My name is John Bryant. I am by no means a professional installer, but I thought I would show you how I went about installing my new Govee Pro lights. The animation playing right now shows the direction in which the lights will be hung. The blue arrows indicate where I will have to splice in extension cords in order to be able to reach from one soffit level to another soffit level. The install of the first strand of lights was pretty easy. The electrical cord came through the attic and out to the exterior of the house, and I placed my first puck as close as I could to where the electrical cable came out of the house. If you would like to see how I went about planning my route and how I got the electricity run from the inside of the house to the outside of the house, take a look at my video 1, Planning and Running Electrical. I was pretty much stuck with where I had to put the very first light because of how much cable I had coming out from inside of the attic. Fortunately, the spacing worked out great. Both of the top 2 lights worked out to be almost exactly 12 inches from the apex there on this roof line. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good. The Govee lights themselves have a double stick tape on the back of every single puck, and that will hold it in place, but I knew that if the weather got bad and through the heat and cold and freeze process, that double-faced tape wasn't going to stick for too long. I purchased some plastic brackets off of Amazon that are made specifically for this Govee product. Each bracket has a little indentation that allows the wire to go through, and then on the other sides it has 2 holes, and it includes the screws so that you can screw through the bracket and into the soffit, thus helping hold the light puck in place. I cut a little strip of wood to 3.5 inches so that I could use that as a spacer. The spacer allowed me to keep the lights perfectly lined up as I installed them on the soffit. The first thing I did in the process was to take a rag and some rubbing alcohol, and I cleaned the surface where I was going to be attaching the light. I knew that the rubbing alcohol would evaporate quickly and not leave any liquid residue on the soffit. After cleaning the surface with the alcohol, I would remove the cover off of the double-faced tape that was on the back of each light, and I would stretch the wire out as far as I could, use my spacer, and then press the light up against the soffit for about 5 seconds. Fortunately, the double-faced tape was really sticky and did a great job holding it in place. I would then take one of my brackets, position it properly around and over the light, stick it up against the soffit, and then take 2 screws and screw through the bracket and into the soffit. One thing to remember when you're putting in your lights is to make sure that the cable in between each puck is straight, as in you don't have the strand of lights twisted. When it came to running extensions, I did as much cutting, stripping, and connecting of wires as I could on the ground. There were a couple of times that I had to do all that while I was up on a ladder, and that just wasn't much fun at all. If you want to see how I did my connections and what type of connection I like best, take a look at the video part 2 in this series. When you have to add in an extension, you want to try to hide it as best as you can. I purchased some small wire clips off of Amazon and spray painted them the tan color to match my soffit and used those to hold the wire in place. I also spray painted the cable so that it would blend in better with its surroundings. You might not be able to see it very well in this picture, but I spray painted the cable a dark brown so that it matched better with the brick and the flashing on the side of the house. I also took the time to run the cable around the corner, and then I ran it up the bricks and to the soffit and then brought it out where I placed the next puck. The rest of the process of hanging the lights is pretty much rinse and repeat. Clean it off, stick it up there, put a bracket on to hold it in place, and move on to the next light. When it comes to hiding your extensions, get creative in your solutions. In my case, I would sometimes spray paint the cable so that it blended in with the surroundings, or I would try to tuck it in under a bracket or underneath the soffit or anywhere I could find in order to try to hide it. I have 3 gabled roof lines on my house. To me, it's very important to try to get your lights spaced out evenly so that you have a balance on the left side and the right side. The first gabled roof line that I had to work with was the garage, and that's where the electrical current came out of the attic of the garage, and that's where my first strand of lights was run. As I mentioned, it just happened to work out great that the spacing of the lights was equal on the right-hand soffit as it was on the left-hand soffit. When it came to the second gabled roof or cross gable roof that I had to work with, that was over the door. I had to make sure that there was symmetry on the soffits to the right and to the left, as well as the soffits leading up to the apex of the gabled roof. As I was planning out where this light would go, I had to make sure that I could match it up with this light on the other side. In order to balance things out, I had to make the gap between these 2 lights a little bit shorter than the normal 18 inches that you have between light pucks. So I took the extra cable and tucked it up underneath the brace and then placed my light. I had to run an extension from the lower soffit up to the gabled soffit. This allowed me to place the first puck wherever I wanted to or needed to on the gabled soffit. I took the strand of lights and put the 4th puck up at the very apex and ran it down to the right, and it worked out just perfectly. I was then able to run the lights down the left-hand side of the gabled soffit and run my extension around and to the lower soffit. Then I placed the lights on the lower left soffit to match the placement of where I put them on the lower right soffit. In doing it this way, I was able to achieve symmetry both on the gabled soffit and the lower right and left-hand side soffits. I followed the exact same process on the 3rd gabled roof of my house. After I finished that, I just moved around to the soffit on the end of my house and ran the lights from the front all the way to the back. I hope that this video has helped show you how I, as a non-professional, installed my Govee Pro lights. If you haven't seen the other 2 videos in this series, take a look at those. One of them shows you how I planned it out, how I ran the electricity, and the other one shows you how I made the extensions from one soffit level to another soffit level. If you would, please like and subscribe. Subscribing to the channel really helps out a lot. Thank you.